Hi, it's great to see you. All set? So far you understand bar lines, and you understand measures or bars. We explored many kinds of note values, and you understand you can put those note values together to make many interesting kinds of rhythms. And you know that the time signatures will help you organize those rhythms in the measures. You understand counting, to some extent, but do you apply it? Do you actually count when you play? Otherwise, the notes will just play whenever they want to. Or after we stop to figure out the letter names. Then we will be doing a stop-go, like being in bumper cars when you first start out. Oof. But when you grow into driving on a real road, you will feel so good, like driving smoothly across with your music. And no one wants to be behind a stop-and-go driver who is always tapping their brakes. Oh boy. Let's dream a little. Think about your favorite kind of car. Now hop in, buckle up, and get ready for a smooth counting ride. In a minute, you'll feel great with 5 easy steps. Scan your music. Like math, what is the lowest common denominator? Or, in music terms, what is the quickest note value? Answer, it's a quarter crotchet, which gets 1 beat. So we are going to use a solid number 1 count throughout. Count it at face value, just what you see. Half notes minims get 2 numbers, whole semi-breve gets 4 counts. Step 3, double check. Make sure each measure adds up to the time sign, which is 4 beats per measure. Step 4, we always clap it first to feel it. If you can feel it, it will play correctly. So clap on all the notes and shake on all the holding numbers. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, shake, shake, shake. Step 5, play it. You will hear a 1 measure count off, 4 clicks, and then I'll play it. Those are the 5 steps. Congratulations. A little more advanced. Let's count it consecutively. We can jump right into step 2. Write the counts with 4 consecutive numbers. 1, 2, then the next 2 numbers, 3, 4, then bar line. 1, 2, 3, 4, bar line, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Step 3, double check. Our 4 numbers match our time signature. A more advanced step 4 is to clap it consecutively. We'll count off 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step 5, play your music matching that clapping feeling to your pitches as you play, sing, or tap your foot. But get your motor running and put it in idle to warm it up. Let's give ourselves a 1 measure count off to feel it before we begin. Just like with jump rope, look ahead, watch the rope, feel the beat before you jump in. The sax has the melody, the violin plays the melody an octave higher, and the piano adds chords. This is so good for you. If you are able to sing the count as you play and match pitches, you will develop your ear. For all our musicians, keyboard players, percussionists, conductors, etc., who read multiple staffs, here is just step 2. This snare drum staff and bass drum staff are grouped together so they play at the same time. Can you count it? This piece of paper holds the magic key. Anytime it starts to look the least bit complicated, pull out your handy-dandy super paper, the sticky paper. I think it has superpowers. It makes everything easier. Here's how. Take into consideration both staffs at the same time. Cover everything else with paper. On beat 1, the bass drum plays. Reading multiple staffs and counting can be a bit like running traffic control. You want to know which pitch plays first, second, third, fourth, etc. You need to keep them in line and you tell them when to come in. The lineup is important, otherwise, back to bumper cars. Pull the paper across. On beat 2, the snare drum plays. Pull the paper across. On beat 3, the bass drum plays. Pull the paper across. On beat 4, the snare drum plays. So it's bass on 1, snare on 2, bass on 3, snare on 4. Keyboard music is the same. Cover everything and find beat 1. Here on beat 1, the treble staff, right hand G, plays. Left hand is resting. Counts for piano music are always written in the middle and shared by both staffs. Pull the paper across. On beat 2, the bass clef left hand G plays. Here's the trick. Yes, it gets 3 beats, but it plays on beat 2. Remember, you are on air traffic control. You want to know who is coming in on beat 2. Pull the paper across. The treble clef right hand waits 1 on the rest and comes in on beat 3 playing G. Pull the paper across. On beat 4, the treble staff right hand G plays. Notice the bass staff G will get its 3 beats across while the right hand plays. Both staffs separately have their 4 beats, but we need to know what beat number each staff is coming in on. When I was first learning about counting rhythms, math and music math weren't always my favorite. I thought I had to wait on the dotted half note, dotted minim for 3 beats before moving to the next count. I'd have 6 beats in a measure or more. Yikes! I got much better after that by sliding the paper across, looking at both staffs together, and now you are mastering counting too. So pedal to the metal, we're moving on. We have our 5 easy steps and something important to know about eighths and quavers. Step 1. Just like before, scan your music. What is the quickest note value? Answer, eighths quavers, which together get 1 beat, but we always give the first note a number and the second note an and, so we'll do that everywhere. Step 2. Count it at face value, just what you see. Everything else gets its usual numbers and ands. Step 3. Double check with the time signature. Does each measure add up to 4 beats? Step 4. We always clap it to feel it, so it feels like 1 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 1 and 1 and rest and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's write it consecutively. Consecutive counting would look like this, with 1 number after the next, this time also including the and. Step 5, play, matching that clapping feeling to your pitches. Sing or tap your foot to your counts, but let's give ourselves a 1 measure count off to feel it. For all our keyboard players, percussionists, conductors, etc. who need multiple staffs, here is just step 2. The bass drum, snare drum, and cymbals are grouped together so they play at the same time. Can you count it? For multiple staffs, grab your paper tool. Notice the bass plays on beat 1. We will add the and to all counts. The snare plays at the same time as cymbals on beat 2. Cymbals play again on the and. Pull the paper. The snare plays again at the same time with cymbals for beat 3. Cymbals play again on the and. It sounds like this. For keyboards, notice 4 beats to a measure. The quickest note value is an eighth, a quaver. Let's cover everything and find beat 1. Don't forget to write counts in the middle. That leaves room on the outer staffs to write finger numbers. Treble staff G's play on 1 and. Pull the paper. Don't be fooled here. There's a bass staff G for 2 beats. But the treble staff says to wait a quarter rest, a number and an and keep going so that the bass G will have time to hold across. 2 treble clef eighths or quavers. The first one, E, gets a number 3. The second one, F, gets the and. The bass G holds across for its full beats during 2 and 3 and. Pull the paper and treble and bass go together on beat 4. And the last bass note will take the and to finish the count. Warm up with the first measure count off, then it sounds like this. We looked at 16th semiquavers in episode 5 on our cake. 4 equal 1 beat. They are usually introduced in the 4th level of music study. We can substitute any of those 4 sixteenths or semiquavers with a matching rest, or part of that set with eighths, quavers, or their rest, or if you want to get wild, like in episode 6, with dots. Definitely pull out your paper tool for this final example. A quick scan shows our quickest note values as 16th semiquavers for 1 E and A. Next is a full beat for 2 E and A. Here's a set, but the 8th quaver takes up the 3 E and the last 2 parts are the and A. Here's an opposite set with the 4 E and the 8th quaver is the and A. The dotted eighth, dotted quaver, gets the 1 E and the last 16th semiquaver is the duh. Be sure to give the half note or minim 2 full sets of count. The last 8th quaver is the 4 E and the rest is the and A. Here we go. Listen for the 1 measure count off. Remember, scan for the quickest note value, write all your counts in that value, you direct the counts in, feel the beat before you jump, and use your tools. You will fly with your sticky paper. Getting comfortable enough to count and feel the beat is truly a celebration. Pack your passports. See you in episode 11. Thank you.